The man suddenly noticed something strange before boarding the plane. He was on flight 1015. Today was October 15th, and the flight's departure time had been delayed from 9:30 to 10:15. Tony felt a slight unease, but as he looked around, he couldn't spot anything unusual. As soon as he entered the plane, a stranger at the back of the cabin nodded at him. Tony politely responded. Then, from the pocket of the seat in front of him, he found an MP3 player. It was playing a mysterious story about flight 1015. Curious, he put on the headphones. The story described the situation in the cabin exactly as it was. The voice said the flight attendants were doing the safety demonstration. At that moment, it started to rain outside the window. Tony opened the shade to check. Sure enough, it was pouring rain outside. But then the voice in the MP3 said that in an hour, this plane would disappear from the radar. Tony didn't believe it at all. But suddenly, the plane shook. Fortunately, it was just taking off. Then the voice in the MP3 started talking about the mystery of a plane crash. First, it mentioned Captain Donald. At that exact moment, the captain made an announcement. Tony hurriedly paused the player and asked the passenger next to him if the captain was named Donald. The passenger looked confused, saying he hadn't heard the announcement at all. Tony told him about the strange story he had heard on the MP3 and wanted him to listen to it too, but the passenger quickly moved away from him. Tony put the headphones back on. The story continued, saying that at 10:21, a bird would hit the plane, and just then, the time jumped to 10:21. Suddenly, there was a loud crash. Tony immediately jumped out of his seat. In panic, he threw the headphones aside and rushed to the bathroom to calm himself down. But then the plane flew smoothly again. All the passengers seemed unaware of the crash. Tony wondered if he had imagined it. He fastened his seatbelt and pressed the call button for a flight attendant. He wanted to confirm if a bird had just hit the plane, but the attendant said there were no birds at this altitude. Tony asked if she could check with the captain, but she told him to be quiet. Their argument drew the attention of other passengers. Tony realized maybe the story had made him overly sensitive, but as the attendant walked away, the man who had nodded at him earlier suddenly sat behind him.